Hello, 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 everybody. It's Kathie J. Hope you're having a great day. Look at this. Getting a chance to catch up is always a good time, right? So today I wanted to catch up with you and talk to you about what could be. What could be? What could be in this life that we have? What could be? What could be? Do you think about having a family? Do you have a family and you think about maybe, I don't know, like their dreams, what they could be? Do you think about what you could be? Do you daydream? I used to daydream all the time. What could I be? It was always, I was going to be on TV, the Kathie J show, and I always dreamt about being thin, okay? I mean, what could be? Do you think, what could be? Do you dream about money? We all dream about something different when we daydream of something that would make us happy. What could be? Now, what if I actually told you that what could be could actually be? And all it takes is you having a little faith that you deserve it, faith that it's been put into your heart for a reason as a daydream or a dream at night, and a little faith that that's where you want to go. So faith is a hard thing because of the fact that it holds us to something that we feel in here, but it doesn't usually go with what's going on the outside. So sometimes when we're trying to get somewhere of what could be, faith is kind of the only thing that drags you through it, pulls you through, just knowing that what could be is going to be there. Like I used to always say, what could be? What could be with Kathie? I always knew I was going to have a TV show. Always knew that. Always knew I was going to do that. But I could never see myself being thinner because that was just a daydream. That was crazy. No, what could be? That's just crazy talk. But then when someone actually tells you and comes in and puts the seed inside of you that you could be that. Your kid's off course, guess what? You could help them get back on course. You're having money with issues, you could fix that. Anything that you have, you could be inside. It just takes a second to hear the guidance that's coming through to you. So as I'm going through like dreaming of change, dreaming of transformation, you wake up every day, maybe you don't do it right. I didn't do it right. I used to just wake up and go, today we're going to try it again, Kathie. We're going to go for it again and try to not eat bad. Already I'm saying I'm not going to do it. Instead, I would wake up and just be like, thank you. Thank you, God, that today I'm eating good. Thank you that I'm healthy right now. Thank you that I ate good. Even if I didn't eat good, I still had the faith that it was going to happen, that I was going to get there. When things aren't happening good with my husband, thank you that my relationship is great because I still have faith it's going to get there. So faith doesn't have to include a God per se. Faith is just something that you're feeling inside that you're like, I think I need to get there. I got to get there. And I'm not going to hate you for it. I'm just here to tell you how it kind of helped, how I kind of listened to get there. And listening to get there, it means you can be inspired by people. That's listening. You see something on TV and you're like, why am I attracted to that? Why do I want to see that more? That is something talking to you, like in there, letting you know, I'm talking to you. Like transforming caterpillar to butterfly, like let's do it. How are you going to do it? Starts with believing. So hang on one second. I wrote notes down this time. Believing is about the words you're speaking, like I'm saying, thank you that everything's going good. It's also be like, I'm going to be victorious in this. I'm going to do it. We're going to do this. And then eventually that language starts changing your feelings. Feelings, everybody, our thoughts control our feelings and our feelings control our actions. So if your thoughts are saying, we're going to do it, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, that's controlling our feelings. All of a sudden, oh my God, we are doing this. And then all of a sudden my actions are, I'm wanting to go make my body healthy by making healthy choices. Or, thoughts control your feelings, control your actions. My thoughts are my kids aren't doing good, but not mine. Mine are good. But I know so many parents out there that are so sad that their kids maybe be off track. They might be off track and they might not be doing what you hoped they were doing as parents. You have to have faith that it's going to get better, right? And I know a lot of faith, easier said than done at 2:00 in the morning. But the point is, if your thoughts are always something bad is going to happen, that controls your feelings. Your feelings are not going to be good. And that controls and then your actions are always worried. And then you're eating all this toxicity of stress. There's so many things that we do to each other that we don't even realize is affecting other ones. So so you're worried about your kids, have faith they're going to be okay. You got to have the right words going out to them, the right hope, the right beliefs going out to those kids, and just know it's going to be okay. Like time can, it doesn't happen overnight. That's the biggest thing. We all want happen overnight. Oh my God, I've been working on this my whole life, and there's no right or wrong, but when that feeling comes inside, that's what you got to follow. So anyways, so going back to this in here, I heard this like my whole life, right? And I didn't know what to do with it. So that's why I had to get some help. And you know what? I want you to know there's no shame in getting help. Like, I have no idea why people think that there's shame in asking for help, whether it's you have an addiction, whether you do need a little guidance on how to talk to your kids better, whether it's like a little help on your finances, little things like that. Why not ask for help? There's a reason why some of us are better at things than others. So why don't we go to those people that do it for a living or ask them for help? So that's kind of what I did. So I went to this place called FitMD USA. And listen here, everybody. I was so capable that I put a TV show together, the Kathie J show, put a TV show together during the pandemic when no one was spending money. I found clients to spend money on me to build a TV show during the pandemic. That is very hard to do. Here in Denver, TV show, 240 brand new shows. I had an executive producer. I paid for them. Like, it happened, right? I was that powerful. You think I could stop putting a candy bar in my mouth? No way! I'm not that powerful. That's crazy. We all have pluses and we all are good at something and we're not good at something else. So I had to reach out to people that could say, stop putting that candy bar in your mouth. But they had to do other tools because it's so nice to know that there was something wrong with me growing up as a fat kid. I did look at food differently. I did feel things differently genetically. And the reason why I know that is because I'm on that semaglutide now. And I want you guys to know. So I lost 50 pounds, like bars and shakes, doing it the right way. I did it, like over a course of time where I had to get mentally right with getting into a different body, all that. But this semaglutide thing, the way it takes your brain away lets me know it wasn't me all this time. I now know what it's like to be a normal person. I don't think about food. I'm like, oh, that's what everyone talks about. So thin people that don't understand fat people, it's because we are truly wired genetically different. And I'm telling you right now, like, if you are normally just a thin person, please don't judge fat people. You have no idea the pain that we're putting ourselves through every day when we're reaching for something that is an addiction and we are wired to do it and it's beating us up every day. So please be kind to everyone around you and be kind to yourself, especially if you are on the heavier side. I have to tell you today, I am re-inspired because I went to my dentist and the two girls behind the desk, Madge and Erica, were hanging out and they've lost weight. And so they started telling me how great they thought I looked. And we started talking about just losing weight. And I inspired them because I was like, you guys look great too. And they were like, well, Kathie, we talk about you every day. Like, we talk about if we see you doing something that you've lost weight. And they said, if you could do it, Kathie, it let us know that we could do it. And I was like, she's exactly right. Because that's the limited belief system that so many of us are brought up with. My limited belief growing up was that I could do anything when it had to be Kathie J or who I was or my talent or what was coming out of my mouth or anything. But when I had a limited belief about my health, even though my grandmother was a nurse, she was overweight. All of my family's been overweight. They're not working out kind of people, not a healthy kind of people. And that's how you kind of have to live. And guess what? You don't see old fat people. So there's a way that you got to learn to live if you want to stick around here. So I had to get help. And it was a limited belief that held on to me. And I never knew that I had that holding me down until I went to FitMD. Danielle, my coach. I mean, losing weight is so much more because it's mental. It's everything. So she was like, Kathie, what is wrong with you? Why do you think? And I was like, look, like, if I could just get below 200, we're going to be golden, girl. Because I was 180 in 8th grade. Like, we're going to be fine. And she was like, why are you thinking that? Think about it in your head. That could be with anything. Limited beliefs in your job. I once dated someone and he was offered a management position, said he didn't want it because he didn't want that responsibility. Well, guess what? His mother had been offered management positions at her job and kept turning him down. It's a limited belief that we allow ourselves to stay in. So I wasn't going to listen to my limited belief anymore. I wanted to know what would happen if I actually jumped off the ledge and had people catch me. And guess what? It's the best freaking feeling in the world. So if there's things out there that you're like, you know what? I want to take that vacation. I want to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm telling you right now, don't be scared to ask for help and go for it because you were put here for a lot of amazing reasons. You do things that nobody else does. I do things that nobody else does. But when things I fail at, I need help because I want to be around a little longer. It's like a puzzle, right? Little, those little, like a pizza. I got all these different slices that I can cover, but this slice of my health is still not there. Maybe your slice with your relationships. Maybe you have a temper problem. Maybe, I don't know what goes on in your world. I just know that if you know it's a problem with yourself, it's nothing wrong with getting help, right? So another thing about catching up with Kathie. This is the biggest one, everybody. Hang on, wait, before I get to that, let me make sure. I want to say, words, got it. Oh, the inspiration. One more thing I want to say. Today when those two assistants, when they said, Kathie, you really inspired us. Like, if you can do it, we can do it. I was like, for real, like to be this kind of weight is crazy for me. And I remember seeing, there was a girl, Krista Cooper, and she's a radio girl like me, and she was always heavier like me, and she started going, just losing weight, working out with her kids, doing that thing. And I was just like, I want to do that. Like, how do you get to be that person? And so I'm just telling you, you want to be that person? It could be whatever it is. Again, keep trying it. So Krista, that was my shout out to you. I was so jealous of you, but I wanted to be you, and I'm so happy to be you now. So thank you, Krista, for you started your health kickoff first. So now, okay, so this is finally where we get, okay, to big things in Kathie J's life. So I told you, I teased this a little bit ago. Something big that's going on for Kathie J. And this definitely would never have happened if I hadn't have lost the weight with FitMD USA. So speaking of dreams, right? So ever since I was a little kid, this is so funny. Please don't kill me. I've loved Dracula. I've loved vampires. Like, this book came from I think I was literally in 4th grade, and I found this at some thrift store or something, and I was like, I have to have it. But I've studied vampires in college. My senior thesis in college was on vampires and sexism and romanticism and blah, 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 and religion. And I mean, my teacher was a monk, and we got into the craziest stories about just religion and vampires and everything. So I've loved Dracula since I was a kid, and guess what, everybody? Through a weird world of things on how our lives work, one of my girlfriends is actually from Romania. And just so happens, her daughter was like, Mom, I want to do my senior year at Transylvania High School. How cool is that? There's actually a high school in Transylvania. And yes, their mascot it's a werewolf and a vampire. How amazing. So she was like, you know what, since I'm going to be out here for her birthday, I'm going to have my big birthday party out here. And I was like, so I am going out there without anyone. I'm going out there myself. First time going on an international trip. First time doing any of that, going through customs, doing any of that, going through Germany, on into Bucharest. And I never would have had this kind of courage if I wouldn't feel the health that I feel right now. So I'm just telling you guys, the world is so big, and I'm so excited. I'm going to Romania in June. I'm going to keep screaming at Romania June! And I'm going to leave my balcony door open just in case Dracula exists and he wants to come in and say hi to me in the middle of the night. I know that's so weird, but it's just a little girl fantasy. So anyways, everybody, what could be? What could be? Our lives are short, but they're long. There's only one, but we get lots of second chances. So please find your faith, find your love for life again. Remember, start putting the good stuff out there again. And I'm here for you. You deserve it. I believe in us. What could be? All right, everybody, what could be? Romania in June. I'll talk to you later. This has been catching up with Kathie J. Take care, you guys.